Michael!
Bobby D in the house. What's the word, Bobby D? No, I've been music lab. Can you hear me okay? I know my mic was always troubles with my mic.
Here you finally, you've invested $15 to get yourself a legit microphone.
Not a microphone, it's a new phone. I got a phone that costs $1,500.
All right, that's your problem.
Yeah, well, I want to open this up. Now, people know that we have a really good relationship, you and I together.
Yes.
But I don't think people understand how much you really taken care of me over the years. And just this last week, you took care of all my funds, my investments. The shit was crashing all around me, and you saw it, and you took care of me, and didn't ask anything in return. And dude, people don't understand the kind of heart that you really have. And I just want everybody to know that's tuning into this, that this man that's on air with me right now is probably the most loyal guy, highest integrity that I've ever met in my whole entire life. And I've been only here on this earth for 52 years, but I've had tons of acquaintances, tons of business partners, tons of relationships throughout my life. And I got to tell you, Bobby, you are number one when it comes to consistency, integrity, and your honesty. And I got to tell you what you've done for my financial future. I really appreciate it. Obviously, I'll send anybody away, but that's not even the point. The point is that, you've always taken care of me and through some of my darkest hours and through some of my highest points. So I love you, brother, more than you know.
Yeah, that's really throwing me for a loop there, bro. Very nice. I appreciate that, man. Got goosebumps. Almost exactly the way I wrote it. Thanks, appreciate that, man. It means a lot. I love you. Always will. We'll be together forever.
Like we just said, I just came out of phone. I mean, I would go through hell with a canister of gasoline on my back for you because I know you got my back. I know you're there.
Awesome. That's a high compliment, bro. I appreciate that. You look fantastic as always.
Thank you so much. I just got finished working out. I worked out a lot of anger. Some people think, I worked out to look a certain way. I never done that bodybuilding bullshit. That's all bullshit to me. I'm the type of guy that just works out for, strength gains, keep myself younger, feeling better. But today was an anger workout because, my daughter kind of gets picked on a little bit, bullying. And, I tell her to, toughen up. She toughens up. She doesn't complain. She's not going to go. We're not ones that go run to school and cry and do all that kind of stuff. We handle it internally. And part of me is like, you know what? People that are bullying her, people that are saying shit, I know their families. And I look at them and I said, Michaela, you want me to go say something? Because I go to the fucking house, knock on the door right now. I know their parents because the parents are a bunch of pussies. This is what happens when you have pussies raising little kids to be pussies. And that's what happens. Like, these kids are talking shit, but they don't know, a quick punch in the fucking mouth would cure a lot. And same with the kids. Like, I see these dads, like I shake these guys' dads' hands. And when you go to shake somebody's hands and, it feels like a wet fish, like a little flaky thing, you're a fucking pussy. And like you're sitting there and you look like shit. And I'm not a tall guy, but if I'm even taller than you, that's even another fucking thing. Like you got trouble when I'm taller than you got a problem, So when you got these pussies raising pussies and they're not even raising real men. No. They're not raising men to respect women, to treat them the right way. I know they're only kids and 13, but even at that age, my mom and dad, they taught me, there's only some things you could do, you can't do. I was never a bully guy. I never did that. I was one that got picked on and had to fight back. But with all that being said, is like that's what we're raising as society is a bunch of little mealy mouths that run around, say shit, hide on social media. Yeah. And God knows if I knocked on that door, you know what? I knocked the father out. The mother would be all over me in a sexual way. You know that because I'm a sexy motherfucker and I know it. And so here we go. Here I did. Not only did I beat your father up, I took your mother from your home and you can call me daddy now. And that's what I feel like doing sometimes. But I didn't. I told my daughter I wasn't going to do anything. I was going to be good. I'm trying to use a better, easy approach because she just told me I got to be easy. I got to be nicer. So I'm going to be nicer now. But I worked out and I got all that aggression out.
Well, the problem is, 20 years ago, that's how you can handle shit. Even in school, as kids, there were school fights after school.
All the time.
Bullies got taken care of. And it never really got home. Like a lot of times, the parents didn't have to get involved. It's street justice, right?
Yeah.
Today, forget about it. If you did that today, Mike could be sitting in jail for 4 or 5 years. I mean,
that's the other thing to any of the parents that hear me out in Westfield. I have no problem sitting in jail. Been there, done that. I enjoy my quiet time. It's very peaceful for me, and it'll be worth it for me this time because now I'll own your ass.
I'm gonna
So
have
be careful.
I'm gonna have to get a mute button for you.
Sorry, dude.
I have to look into the.
You don't know how. Listen, when you have your little girl sitting there crying, you know, in your arms, it twists you a different way. So it makes you.
I get it, bro.
Brings out what's supposed to be brought out. We're here to protect our family.
Yeah.
This is what we do. We protect. If somebody comes in the house,
oh yeah,
and my kids are here, or my significant other is ever here, or if I'm with somebody, and I'm married, someday, or if I was when I was married, what's our job as a man? Is when somebody comes in the house, we protect the house. Yeah. We're standing in front. We're doing the right thing. We're taking care of our family. That's what we do. That's what we're supposed to do. Today's age, what? I'm gonna call 911. It's too late to call 911. Somebody's breaking into your house. Yeah, they ain't gonna be here anyway. Like, come on. So that's the society we raise it. And with the bullshit that's going on in the world, you're gonna see more and more violence throughout the day, throughout the world. And not that I'm saying that's the key to answer anything, but you better learn how to protect yourself and be ready to protect yourself and be ready to protect your loved ones. Yeah. Like, hey man, I'll be honest with you. These guys that I see walking around this town, they ain't protecting their loved ones. Man, they're locking the doors 3 or 4 times, but I'll kick that motherfucking door in. I'll tell you that right now.
It's funny. My Kenny O'Keefe was a big ball breaker. He says, Bobby was a bully growing up. Just ask a guy that I had a fight with. And he's right. I was a bully in grammar school. I was one of these guys that made fun of everybody. If you look at my pictures, I was a fat, I had disgusting hair. I had, yellow teeth and, chipped. I was an ugly fat fuck. And yet I made fun of everybody. I was a bully. It wasn't until high school football where we learned discipline and respect, where I did a complete 180. And I went from being a lot of people still think I'm a douchebag, but I went from a complete douchebag. How about to say at least a half a douchebag? Like I became.
Well, you definitely changed where I'm at you. That's for sure.
Yeah, football teaches you shit.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Like, I mean, you saved my ass up at football camp, by the way. Here somebody was talking about my sister, and here I go to defend her, and this dude's like, what, he's 240? I'm sitting there 110, soaking wet. Yeah. He beats the piss out of me, and if it wasn't for you, and I think Mark Benish jumping in to save my ass, I would have been I would have been swept under the carpet.
The football camp stories from our year, again, the 6 or 7 guys would be doing 5-6 year sentences today.
Without a doubt.
They did what they did back. And I'm not condoning what happened 30 years ago at that football camp, but still, again, different era where you could take care of business. By the way, my daughter, believe it or not, when she came to Flemington, she experienced the same shit that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it was important. Of course you want to go, right, but you want to also teach them, hey, develop your own inner strength. Like, obviously, if it's physical violence, it's a different story.
Yep.
But, we have to do our part to teach our kids to be mentally strong, and that they're going to go through this shit, and they gotta get through it. Appreciate you, brother. Kenny O'Keefe with a nice comment. Kenny, I used to call Kenny King. Of course, as you know, Mike, I was a Raider fan. You were a loser Dolphin fan, and probably still are.
Wait, I think the Dolphins always beat the Raiders. What are you talking about?
Always did. Yes, I get it. But that's not.
I think I used to text you just once a year.
Stop interrupting. I'm going to get the mute button out. So we used to play on 10th Street, as you probably recall. We played tackle football on the street growing up. I mean, and I'm not talking only when it snowed. I mean, we're talking full tackle pavement. And this was obviously before I got to high school. When I got to high school, we put pads on equipment. I was like, what the fuck was I doing all those years? Tackle on the street. But my bully / leadership characteristics on 10th Street, I was like, this is what we're playing. And everybody played it. And Kenny I'd always take Kenny on my team, and I would pitch him the ball, and I'd block. I usually block 3 or 4 people, and he'd rush for 300 or something yards. So Kenny, chiming in, good to see you, brother. And I'm glad to see you happy too, Kenny. And nice picture. You got a nice girl there. Looks like things are going well for you. But Mike.
Yes, sir.
I got, you know how you got heated tonight. I got heated this
Yeah.
week, bro.
I
got
saw you
heated.
on air, but talk to me about it. What's up?
I mean, bro, I'm telling you, it's first of all, the world as we know is really disgusting right now.
It's bad.
The country's a mess. We have people leading our country that you wouldn't put them in charge of operating a hot dog stand, and they're
No.
leading our country. So
Yeah.
forget all that frustration. You know, inflation through the roof, border completely open. You know what's going on. No, we have no respect on an international scene. Nothing, right? All of that shit. So, but then you factor in the scummies are out on Facebook, and let me explain the scummies. Now, you said you saw my video
Yeah.
shot yesterday, but I'm so angry that I got to repeat it again because here's what's Mike. I take pride in being in the network marketing industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's an industry that is highly controversial. It's highly criticized, and it's got like a reputation of shady characters. And guess what, Mike? There's some validity to all of that when it comes to people feeling that way.
Yep.
And by the way, Mike, I also am in the life insurance business for 34 years. Guess what other industry, Mike, has a reputation with shady characters in it?
Of course, life insurance.
Mike, today, a good friend of both of ours, I'm not going to mention a name, $64,000 that person has put into their life insurance policy over the last 2 years. Do you know how much cash value that person has in their policy? I'm not going to mention names. 20,000.
It's crazy.
It's 44,000 missing from the So I feel the same way in that industry. When I look at shit like that, I get frustrated. I get angry.
Yeah.
Because that dude who's in my industry is doing some shit that he knows is wrong, that he knows is not best for the client. But guess what? That dude walked away probably with a $30,000 to $40,000 commission. So he did what's right for him. In the network marketing industry, what's going on right now is there's a new company that's launching. And bro, I have respect for everybody that wants to do their thing, Mike. Mm-hmm. I really do. And I support people. I want people to succeed in the industry. I'm not one of these dudes. You know, as a baseball parent, I recognized early on that so many parents root against other kids because they feel like it elevates their Mike. I swear to you, I never was that way. I rooted for even kids like if guys were in the same position as my son, I would root for them. And people would be like, "What are you doing rooting for that?" I mean, bro, what? So I root for everybody. I'm objective. I want to see people succeed.
Right.
But man, there's a way to do it, Mike. There's a way to do it. Like,
I agree.
If you're in the industry, if you're in this industry and you go balls out and you go all in, and you're doing weekly calls, you're doing weekly Zooms, you're doing weekly meetings, and you're doing big numbers, and you're going to events, and you're bringing masses of people with you, people that are looking up to you. You're a significant person of character and interest.
Influence.
Yeah, you're the influence. And then all of a sudden, after a couple of years, you go dark. You basically disappear. And you come back out a couple of years later, Mike, with the exact same operation, like the exact same pitch, not a little bit different, not tailored this way, not the same one, the same exact. I mean, almost verbatim, almost like you copied and pasted the same. But Mike, I saw a post today from a person who I swear to you, you could take a screenshot of what she said, and it was identical to what she said 4 years ago. It's like she literally copy and pasted her pitch and just changed the company name. And I'm like, I mean, Mike, if you go out with a lady, if you're out with a chick,
Yep.
and it's going so good, and for 2 years you guys are you're gonna spend the rest of your lives together. You're doing it all together, and then she just disappears for 2 years. Like you don't know where she is. You have no idea. She go, and then 2 years from now she comes back. Hey, Mike, how are you? Are you ready? Are you ready to do it again?
No.
And Mike, there's people jumping into the fucking water with these same people.
That's crazy.
And they had the balls to like maybe 4 or 5 of them had the balls to reach out to me. Like, not that listen, I'm not special. I'm not above anybody, but you better know who the fuck you're talking to. Again, like you in the fitness,
I got the same issues with the fitness that you're doing right now.
Exactly. Like what you know in fitness, I know in that industry. Like I'm like, wait, what? Like you don't forget how you tried to sell me the same line. Did you forget that you saw me that? Like I haven't. Wait, my memory's pretty scarily good. Like I remember fucking everything. You know, it's bizarre that a person who's had, by the way, and some of them have had big success in the other company, and to come at me and completely forget. And Mike, how many things in your life? How many times have you seen in your life the next greatest weight loss thing?
Oh my God.
Tell me how many, Mike, please.
Countless, hundreds of thousands. And like I said, I get pitched the bullshit every day almost. And you see it all the time. But and you know, my clients will come to me and ask me my advice on it. And I'm like, I give them the straight facts on why it isn't going to work for them. But still, like maybe in your situation, still you might have people that be like, you know what, but this might still work for me because I don't even know why, because they want an easy way out. Prime example, I just had this conversation with somebody. I saw a couple of people over the last few weeks that I used to train. Haven't trained them in almost a year. Not because of COVID, just because they got lazy and they couldn't keep up my workout habits. Well, they are not looking so good. Heavier than I've ever seen them. Not in shape, but they're looking for easy way out. They come out there, they said, I got something I was just trying. I'm trying this other thing. Really? You're actually doing something? Because I can't even tell you doing anything, right? So, but they get wowed by the marketing of it. They get wowed by the thing. Oh, I can look this way in 30 days or whatever it is. And I think that's what goes on with almost every industry is people looking for the easy way, the fast track, something that's going to benefit them right away. And it's not going to happen. Nothing good comes easy. It's just the way it is. You got to put your time in. But what is you referring to, though?
Well, because it's funny because I'm going to play something. I woke up really early yesterday, like 3:00 in the morning. Sometimes it happens, and I'll just throw the TV on, put something on, and go back to sleep. And I happened to notice this commercial. Take a look at this commercial, Mike.
Our midsections, body fat increases from
I've seen it.
and poor diet.
The Obesity Research Institute has found the solution. It's called lipozene.
It's been around forever. That's been around forever. Not forever, for about the last 10 years I've been seeing it.
Yeah. Now listen, yeah. I want you to watch the price point. Watch the price point.
Now you can lose 4 times more weight. Just add lipozene for only $29.95. Call right now and we'll double your order for free and ship it free too.
So $29, they're going to double your order, and basically has a clinical, and and here it is. This new company that's been people are going crazy is a pill that people can lose weight from, and masses of people are like, this is it. I'm like, wait a minute, this is it. Like there's 700 different ways to lose weight. Like this is the one. Like you're going to lock arms with a company that, by the way, Mike, in our industry, the network marketing industry, I said this on my video. How many companies make it past? How many in 300 make it past 3 years, Mike?
I'm trying to remember what you said. I think it was like 1%.
1 out of 300 companies make it past 3 years. So you're going to be the one to get past 3 years with a weight loss pill, which, by the way, you're going to eliminate. Think about it. Are they going to be able to get a guy like you to rep their product?
They will. They'll pay for somebody.
No. I'm saying you personally.
Oh, me? No, me
Yeah.
personally, no way.
Right.
No
They're
way.
going to they'll pay. They're not going to. A legit fitness dude, a legit person.
No.
Mike, I'm 200 pounds, Mike. Guess how many pounds I was 30 years ago, Mike?
200 pounds.
I was 200. Give or take. Obviously, I have a tough weekend. I'll go to 205, but I know how to maintain healthy weight, Mike. Now, could I be 185? Yeah, but I'm not crazy like you. I like to do certain shit that you don't. But my point is, Mike, here's the weight loss. You want to lose weight? Eat less, move more.
Right.
Eat less, move more. Right? Pretty simple. Eat less, move more.
Well,
if you need some help with supplementation, that's all, man. But if you're coming at these people, and you're gonna tell them. Meanwhile, 4 years ago, you told everybody that this was your life calling and it's the greatest thing you ever saw in your life, and you're going to trips and you're doing this and you're bragging and now 4 years later, forget that, forget we said that, Mike. Forget, it's almost like a politician.
There's a new one now.
Forget the politician that told you 4 years ago that you gotta protect the border. Now, you know what I mean? 4 years later, it's a different. No, we all, forget. Now you're coming at me with a weight loss pill, of which there's probably 1,000 gimmicks or programs for losing weight, and you're eliminating every legitimate. Think about guys like you. Think about legit fitness guys who understand that weight loss, weight maintenance is a lifestyle. It is not a fad, right?
This is
all of those dudes and gals you're eliminating because they're going to laugh at you. Unless, Mike, you entice them monetarily. And this is the fucking problem I have with the industry, because what happens is they entice people like you and say, Mike, listen, I'll give you a spot. I'll give you a spot with this company. I'll put you number 100. So everybody else that joins is going to be under you. And then all of a sudden, if you're not an integral person, you're like, I got a spot.
Sounds good, right?
A spot. Well, I could use the money. Things, money's tight. COVID sucked. My business is slow. So, all right, let me tell people that I use this pill. Let me tell people. And all of a sudden, this is what happens, Mike. Guys get involved, girls get involved in a company, in an industry, because of the wrong fucking reasons. Because of spots and money and not passion for the product or the service. And it fucking drives me crazy, because I'm looking at people. And by the way, many of these people I softly pitch Progenine to almost everyone.
Yeah.
I am not a hype guy. I'm not going to now with the new Legacy 2020 app that we are launching in a couple weeks. We game over.
We're gonna go full out, yeah.
No balls out because the app
balls out. Yeah.
But as you know, we're both the same. We're like, hey, try the product here. Here's the research on it. Here's the clinicals. 3 clinicals, 262 times studying the lab. Oh, by the way, Nobel Prize science, all legit shit. We talk straight shit. We don't talk, hey man, if you come in, I'm going to give you this spot, or I'm going to do this. I'm going to put you above this. And this is why the industry is a disaster, because the
collapsing
people, they just take their hit and they run and they
keep running.
To the next one, and they go to the fucking next one, and they do it with a smile, man. They do it with a fucking smile, and they just want you to forget all this shit. Now, listen, Mike, we make mistakes. We jump into shit, right? Sometimes a company will go bad. Like she's done my video.
My whole lifetime, I only did one thing I ever promoted that I wasn't hell bent on, but I just gave it a shot anyway because everybody was fucking in my ear about it, and I said no, it's not gonna fucking work, but I did it anyway.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And that was my only fucking, because you know what, I did get it to a lot of my clients.
Yeah.
And I say, hey, just try it out. It was a soft thing. If you don't like it, whatever, no big deal. But the fact that I just did it softly and I wasn't 100% on it, it's still, when it wasn't working the way it should have worked for them, that was my bad. Then I had to go back and, I was like, listen, and what I did is try to save face. What I had to do is I was like, you know what? You didn't like the product. It didn't work for you. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's on me. I'm going to give you my next 2 sessions on the house. Cause I wanted to give back that. If it didn't work for you, I don't want any bad feelings for it. I don't want you to have lost any money for it.
Yeah.
So, and I ended up losing a lot of money because I had to fucking do a lot of free sessions and so on and so forth. But I'll be honest, I'll tell you that's the only time. And I will never, because my lifeline is my credibility to my clients. Yeah. Anything I ever have, I'll take it over a series of time. Even when, Pro Arginine was a little different because with Pro Arginine, I already knew about nitric oxide. I already knew it was a big boost. I already knew the benefits of that and how it would affect me in my workout.
You told me.
Yeah. So, but when you pitch it to me, and for you telling me about it, Bob, I could tell you, I trust you with everything I just told you in the beginning. So I was like, no brainer, give it to me, send it to me. I'll try it. Now, of course, I wasn't giving it to many of my clients because I need to try it for 60 to 90 days to make sure it's effective. And when I saw the benefits that it was really doing for me, all around, my cardiovascular abilities were getting better. And here I am thinking I was at the pinnacle of my career and my fitness levels, and I was getting better. I'm like, now I got to get to my clients. Now when I saw my clients benefiting from it, people that were taking an hour to finish a workout are doing a workout in 45 minutes, 15 minutes less, and adding more weights and reps to their workouts. I'm like, and all they're doing is adding an extra product to it. I knew we had something great and something substantial. Now, we could talk about the health benefits of how it's great for your heart and cholesterol and all that other shit, and that's great. We could talk. I don't want to talk about that kind of stuff. I'll talk about the physical benefits that I feel from it, and that's what's great, and that's what hooked me onto it. It was a no-brainer. And when I see a lot of, like you said, these marketing tools out there now, I cringe because all they do it, look at, I have severe arthritis on my knees. And what they do is they'll pitch you on this new medicine or this new pill out there that's going to make your knees feel better. I'll give you a free one. But then after that, we're going to bill you automatically every month. And for you to get you off that auto ship, it takes like fucking 6 months to take it off and they get the money from you. So a lot of this shit is bullshit. I'm telling people, the consumers out there, late at night, 3 a.m, you see this advertisement, it's going to help you lose weight. No, it's not going to help you lose weight. It's going to help you lose weight is getting your cardiovascular activities up and like you said, calories in, calories out. Not only that, but you have to work out hard. Your heart rate has to be in a certain range. Yeah. It takes you to shrink that fat cell to get into the mitochondria of the cell. So it uses as ATP for fuel. That's a process. Right. You have to go be involved in the process of getting that shit out of your system. Now, think about how long it took you to get into your system. Oh, yeah. It's going to take that much longer to get out. Yep. Don't forget, fat cells, you don't get rid of them right away. First, you have to shrink them down to minute size, like microscopic, for it to get into the cell. So all this scientific shit I don't want to get into that we're talking about, that's what gets you to that burning fat. Or you can go under a knife and get a fucking cut out of you, whatever you want. I don't know. Either way, what's up? That's it. That's it. But you're not taking a pill to do it. So anybody thinks they're going to take a pill or a drink or do it. No, you might have like an energy drink or something that's going to help you produce a better workout. It's going to help you get to that next level like the Pro Arginine does. And it's going to help you to work out harder so you now can burn better even at rest. Bingo. But it's still going to take time.
Like today, you had a guy reach out to me, Randy, today.
Yeah.
I won't mention his last name, but Randy, nice 20-minute conversation. We had a lot of questions.
Great guy.
Yeah, and we made fun of you. We talked about how fucking retarded you are. But he was asking like, so what do you do? I said, well, listen. I said, what Mike does. You want to know what Mike does, or you want to know what a normal fucking human being does? So he's like, give me the normal fucking version. So I said, well, most people take it, in the morning on empty stomach, take it at night. I said, Mike does it pre-workout. He does it post. I said, Mike does. Mike's got his own thing going. But it was funny because he asked me questions, and he's like, what about weight loss? I said, listen, bro, it's not marketed as a weight loss product. It's marketed as an enhancement to blood, clinically proven to rapidly increase nitric oxide in the body. And I said to him, nitric oxide, there's 200,000 research papers on PubMed.gov on the efficacy of I said, Randy, 200,000 and I said it won a Nobel Prize in medicine 24 years ago. He's like, what is nitric? I said, what you name it, nitric oxide can benefit in so many ways. I said, think about it. Blood goes everywhere in the body. When you oxygenate that blood and enhance blood flow everywhere, the dramatic effects. I mean, I said to them, there literally is, I could sit here for all day, for 24 hours and list you. There's 200,000 research papers, Mike. You can literally go through every single step. I mean, now, I said to them, there's no guarantee what it does for you personally, but make no mistake about it. This is a massive life-breaking discovery, a Nobel Prize in medicine. I said, Randy, the X-ray, penicillin, and insulin were other things that won the Nobel Prize in medicine. You know exactly what they do, Mike. You know what the X-ray does. You know what insulin does, and you know what penicillin does. But yet, if you surveyed 100 Americans and said, by the way, do you know what nitric oxide does? You might get 3 to 5, if that, people that will know what it does. And my point was, I didn't overhype it. I didn't bullshit. I said, no, it's not meant for weight loss. I said, if you're looking for like a crave control or a meal replacement, Synergy's got that. It's a different thing. It's a totally different animal. I said, if you're looking for something preventative, right? What does it say on this? What's it say on the front of this book, Mike?
No more heart disease.
It says how to prevent, right? Yep. Prevent and reverse heart disease and strokes. And, you know, you're coming at me. First of all, you know I do this, right? You know I do. And if you don't know I do, then you really don't know. Then you really don't know me, because obviously I've been talking about ProArgi-9 for 3 years. So coming at me, wanting me to jump on board with you who, by the way, have zero success track record. Oh, but you made a whoa. What is success, Mike? Is success the guy in the gym that comes out the gate and for 6 months looks like you, and then for 2 years looks like me? Right? That's not success, Mike. No. So network marketing guys that have made a lot of money, you ain't successful. You ain't successful. It's the ones that have built something in terms of it, and it could be just a customer base. It could be a relationship with people that you've built, a little camaraderie, a little respect. You know, people that, you know what I'm saying, Mike? It's your networking. It's what you design, you develop, your core bunch of people that you rely on. I know. So you're coming at me, telling me you want me to, and you didn't even pitch the product, Mike. You pitched a spot. I'll give you a spot, and the company's brand new. So wait a minute. You want me to get involved with a woman who's really good looking, young, and who's potentially very sexy? You want me to get involved with that? You want me to leave Z and go for a woman who's 25 years younger? Maybe, you know, like that's basically how I look at it. Like, you have a sure thing in your hand. You got a company that's been around for 23 years with a stellar integral track record, like stellar. 6 or 7 manufacturing certifications. One question, Bob. One question. This is my own question. I always have people pitch me stuff. I turn around and I'll ask them, why don't you try the Pro? I gave them the spiel on ProArgi-9. Yeah. And they look at me like I got 2 heads and say no, and they hang up the phone on me. My question is, you, the person that pitched you this, why, if they were such a good friend, or they had any integrity with you, or they were anything to you, they should be on board with you and ProArgi-9. And why the fuck aren't they? Then that, to me, is not really a loyal person. They don't have integrity. I don't know who it is, but sounds like a pussy and a loser to me. Sounds like a conniver to me. Sounds like somebody I know, but I'm not gonna, because you don't want me to mention names because you won't let me. You fucking censor me like the fucking government. You censored me. Yes. But I think I know the name of the person, but I'm not gonna say it. But long story short is like, why aren't they jumping aboard the track record that you have set? Like, you have a great track record. It's consistency that wins everything, right? You've got to be consistent in life. You're super consistent. So when you were telling me, when I was hearing your, you know, the last post you put, I was like, my biggest question is, why don't these people join us? Why aren't they on our team? Why wouldn't you want to celebrate a success together rather than a flash in a pan? Because you know what?
The flash in the pan. Sooner or later, we heard this saying a long time. Sooner or later, people are going to smell a phony out. It might be 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, 3, but sooner or later, all you have is your reputation. There's only so many doors you can knock on and tell them bullshit with them closing the door and say, we're done with you. And then your ass out, you're fucking 60 years old, and you got your hands and your balls saying, what the fuck? Why is this happening to me? Well, this is why. But hit me. What's your thing?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. And it's also part of the frustration. Like a lot of these people that I have talked about Proergi and said, now in fairness, as you know this, you and I both know this, Synergy was not positioned to get a launch, right? They were on their way, and then COVID hit. And it stalled all their marketing.
Activity.
But I said to these, I said, listen, I've been working for 6 months on an app that is going to be one of the greatest tools in the network marketing history. You've seen the demo. You know it.
Unbelievable.
I'm telling you that I'd put that app against any company everywhere. I will tell you, Mike, that that's a better app than any system in any other company in the industry. And then, like I said in my video, now you want to doubt me. There's a lot of ways to doubt me. There's a lot of things to doubt me on. But if I put my head to it and I go after it, mark the check mark, bro. Mark the check mark, because it's getting done. Now, if you want to sit on the sidelines and not join, I don't get offended by that. I never take it personal if someone decides not to get involved with us. This is not for everybody. This industry is not for everybody. In fact, it's not for most people. You and I do not want a lot of people with us. We only want a certain type.
Sure.
A guy or girl who's just a little different. A guy who's got the edge, who wants to be something different, who's not an excuse maker, got an extra motor going, who's not satisfied with average and ordinary. Somebody that's got that little extra fire. That's the person we want. We do not want, or we don't. Now, if you're an ordinary person and you want to try to do this with me and you, who's
right.
will help you, man. You want to become a student of how to do this shit, bro.
You just want the product in your system to have a good, healthy life.
That's fine. You can be a customer, but if you want to learn the industry like from scratch, bro, I put a couple of maybe 2-3 hours of coaching sessions inside the app before you even start your journey. When you open the app, you're not allowed to do anything until you read and go through watch the videos. You go through the coaching. You and I, listen, I'll give you everything I've got if you show me that you want to go after. Now, if you're one of the others that if you're looking for quick hits, like I had one person tell me, I said, and I told the person, I said, look, this looks like a hit and run type thing. It's a classic. Let's hype up the troops. Let's grab people from other companies. You're putting people in positions. You're not even talking about your product. You're not even if your product's the third thing you're talking about and not the first.
Oh, get out of there.
Product company has to be 1 and 2.
Right.
Product company 1 and 2. It can't be the third. If the position can't be the first, Mike, there is no better position right now to be involved in Synergy in the United States because there isn't anybody doing Synergy in the United States. There's nobody because the United States was empty for 20 years and they never had a system. And now they got a legacy 2020 system coming that is going to be better than any freaking tool in the industry. And yet you still you look at me and you want me to join you. Like you said, you got zero track record. You have you don't have any
no
success.
Credibility, nothing.
None at all. And even if you did, you're going in business with a company that has a 1 in 300 chance to survive. Those are the stats, Mike. That's not hype. Those are the statistics. A new network marketing company has a 1 in 300 chance of making it to pass the third year. So if your daughter comes to you and says, Daddy, this is the college I want to go to. The graduation rate is 1 out of 300. Would you mind paying $25,000 a year for me to go to the school? You're gonna look at your daughter and go, what the fuck are you talking?
You crazy? Yeah.
But this is what these people are doing. And then, but this one, man, what are we doing, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't want to. I don't want to come in 2 years, make a bunch of money because I've hyped people up for a system. I made most of my money because I hyped them to get involved in a system.
I don't know where people get the energy for that. The energy for that is unbelievable.
It's shady.
It's horrible.
It's a shady thing, and it makes the industry shitty. And that's why I'm proud to be involved with Synergy. Dan Higginson, the integrity out the ass. All the Synergy leaders they're good people, man. They're not, none of them categorize and Mike, I've been in this industry since 21 years old, as you know.
Yeah.
I can find shady characters, spot them immediately. I'm telling you, I have, they call whatever radar, whatever.
They can just start talking. Sometimes they
dude,
just start talking.
I don't even have to have them talk. I can see it. And I'm telling you, Mike, I got a 99% dead on ratio. I could look at somebody who's making like maybe even making 50, 60 grand a month and say, yeah, that is, he don't have it.
Yeah.
And a year later, the dude's gone. 20,000, 10,000 a month. And now I'm not saying just because someone was making money and then they're not, that they're bad people. Let's not make because there's a lot of good people that, for whatever reason, the company, like, listen, we know we both did Vima.
Yeah.
Tremendous product. Tremendous.
I loved it. I tell you what, if the price point wasn't so high on it, I'd still be drinking it today.
Great.
It's probably one of the best energy drinks, best nutritional drinks I've ever had.
There's no doubt.
Multivitamin, everything.
No doubt. But
I gotta tell you, I don't get. I know it sucks because you know what? I love that product. So my kids were drinking, everybody's drinking.
Yes.
I love it, and nobody was getting sick in the house. Everybody was super healthy, had all the nutrients. But I gotta tell you, it just sucks when you have that end of it all,
But that's a different thing, right? And that's different.
Yeah, totally different. That's totally different. That was totally different.
Happens, but if you got involved in your first company because of systems and placement, because that's what you pitched me on. You pitched me on 4 years ago. Oh, brand new ground floor, and then here you did. You copy and pasted 4 years later with the same pitch. Get the fuck away from me, man! Like I tell you, it angers me. And I don't take it personal, of course. I'm not saying that, but right. I just laugh. And then I have like some friends that are even closer that are like, yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. Like, you're giving it a shot, like so in case if it works, it's gonna be big. Oh, okay.
If it works, it's gonna be big.
Be big. All right. And if it doesn't work, it's gonna be small, right? And you're not worried about. You're not worried about you getting behind and being a spoke, because Mike, repping a network marketing product requires you to like be all in on it.
Yeah.
Like you got to be a living, breathing example of it. Like, you got to be the one say, man, I stand by this shit. I take it myself. I would give it to my mother. I would give it to my brother. Right? Like, that's how you have to be. So if it works, it's going to be big. Man, I tell you, the industry is so fucked with people like this. And, like I said, I don't root for anybody to fail. And by the way, Mike, people are going to make money with this company. They're going to successfully get a bunch of people. By the way, I believe the product was over $130. So, and here, I just showed you that commercial that I saw at 4:00 in the fucking morning for, almost, it was Mike.
Similar.
It was as if the pitch was the same. It's a pill. Right. It's clinical.
I've heard them all. I know, it's horrible.
So, and meanwhile, weight loss, man, like weight loss. That's what you're gonna like put you're going all in on weight loss. You're going all in on a weight loss pill that with a company that has not started and is up against massive odds. And by the way, the FTC is laser focused on looking at shady shit going on in the industry.
All the time.
Laser focused. And meanwhile, I showed you a couple of years ago to get involved with me, who, as you know, I appreciate all the shit you said. Not all of everything you said at the beginning is true, but a lot of it is like, yeah, you're going to lock arms with me. If you're going to get a loyal dude, you're going to get a dude who's going to have your back, who's going to help you in any way, shape, or form he can. With a company in business for 23 years, on speed dial, the founder, available at any time. A product that's in 28 countries, been on the market for 14 years. It's got 3 clinical studies, including the most comprehensive clinical study ever done on a freaking product. 262 times tested in a laboratory. And oh, by the way, Mike, the science that's based on the product won a Nobel Prize for medicine. Other than that, yeah, you're going to give me your shit. And by the way, I forgot to tell you one last thing. The product has a 51.3% customer retention rate, which is 8 times the industry average, 6 to 8 times depending on the. So all of that shit. And now I've built an app that's going to be the best tool in the industry. But yeah, I'll leave that aside and I'll join you with your fucking pill and your company that has no track record. But I'm just, yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah.
It's time to cut those people out of your system, dude. It's like a cancer.
Fuck out of here.
It's like a cancer. You got to cut them the fuck out.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
Martina just chimed in. Let's see what she says. I'm all about loyalty. When someone is always supporting you and they have a great idea, I will hear them out. But when something is not right, I'm not in, especially a diet pill. It's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's there's something to be said in this industry about relationships.
Who's promoting this diet pill? Like Jennifer Lopez? J-Lo?
Oh, I'm sure they're going to get somebody. That's what they do. Remember Mona V, Mike?
Dude, you're slow. You're going slow.
You remember Mona V?
I remember Mona V. I tried Mona V. The fucking thing was expensive. Yeah. I remember before it was Vima, a Verve. I mean, Mona V, Mike did $1 billion in sales in like their first year. That was like the most biggest. Now again, there were a lot of people made a lot of money in Mona V. Mike, would you call them successful? At that first year, yeah. But now,
and all those people lost their reputation because what they do, Mike, they promoted a system. They took a lot of people from Amway and other companies, and they all came over. They took their downline and they promoted a system. Yep. For $240, you got 4 bottles of fucking wine every month. And that wine was fucking blessed as the acai, and it was going to be. And that fucking thing did billions of dollars for 4 years, and boom, completely collapsed. And then here we are. This is what I'm saying. Like, who's promoting it? This is what they're doing. They're getting everybody. Let's take your position. Get your position. Get your fucking position. Shit, man. Give me a break. Position.
It's horrible.
So, horrible. But that's it. I think we ranted a little too long tonight.
We did. We did good though. We had a good burst. It was a good one.
It's good to see you, bro.
It was great to see you, and I thank you for all your help. Like I said at the beginning, we had a great little talk right now. I feel so much better, a lot less stressed. Relieved more of my stress. All my anger is out.
I feel like I owe you like a therapy, like a payment. Like I got to give you my credit card.
Well, it's both, vice versa. I vented to you in the beginning, you vented to me in the end. It all evens out. This is like, therapy 101. You don't need therapists. You just need to fucking talk to anybody.
Talk Tuesday, baby. Love you, brother.
Tough Talk Tuesday. Peace out. See y'all next week. If we don't see you, it's your loss, not mine.